Boom! Boom! Kabang! Shebang. My camera's a bit weird. But welcome to the Culture Crusade. How is everyone? It's good to be back.
Aloha.
So, for those joining us, I've tried to update the thumbnail on the stream because we will be talking Fantastic Four, but something else that is, I think, really, really fun to talk about is the whole Sydney Sweeney stuff and the jeans ads and the fallout and what's going on. And so I think that one might, attract people to the live stream a little bit better. So we're going to dive into that. But before we do, how you guys been? What you been up to this week?
I've just been busy.
Busy?
Busy.
Getting some stuff done on the comic. Hopefully they'll launch this month. It's waiting for one more page, and then we're ready to go. But then also I've been working on a video. Got a lot done, almost done. I want to launch that one this week, so hopefully that one gets done. Almost there. But real bosses.
Yeah. So, all right, let's just dive into one of the main topics. We'll be getting to Fantastic Four, and we got other things. There's YouTube implementing age verification, and there's I wonder how that will go, right? And what the purpose is for that, and other things. But this Sydney Sweeney jeans ad has just exploded. I should I be surprised?
I know. I wish I'd have gotten into the crypto right, like when it launched.
What is a crypto?
Of course, there's a crypto. Any meme you see out there, somebody will launch a crypto token, and it'll freaking skyrocket, and then it'll crash. So,
a Sweeney coin.
Yeah, Sweeney.
So
is it Sydney or is it Sweeney? I forget.
Sydney Sweeney is her name. So both.
I'm talking about the token.
I don't know.
I thought LitDev might know.
I don't know. I didn't even know there was a token. I just assumed it was called Steve Sweeney because that's a cooler version of the name.
And no STGI, I'm not wearing lipstick. I just have luscious lips. It's probably the contrast on my camera.
Chat, good to point out. It's like this thing has been very, very entertaining. And I shouldn't be surprised at this point that some of the most innocuous, nothing burger things can trigger the left to an insane degree. And when I say insane, I mean holy crap. Have you seen some of the things that they've been saying about this jeans ad?
Yeah, they're saying he's a Nazi. She's into the American Eagle is promoting eugenics.
Eugenics? Watch some of this. Now, this comes... This small compilation comes courtesy of my brain just farted.
Someone
small compilation is 25 minutes.
Well, no, that's a whole. She does a whole video on it. I'm just gonna quickly check. Sydney Watson.
Sydney Watson.
Sydney Watson. I was getting confused. My brain was short circuiting because there's two Sydneys, and every time I thought Sydney, I'm thinking Sydney Sweeney. No, Sydney Watson. So listen,
Sydney Watson, Sydney, Australia.
It's just there's so many Sydneys. I'm getting very confused. But listen to this. This is amazing.
Did American Eagle just run an ad for eugenics?
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda.
It's the nose ring. What is it about the nose ring that makes people unable to think?
It's like the nose ring kind of just destroys your brains for some reason. But I went and saw it. I went to go see a movie. It's an ad.
It's an ad. I want to break this down. I want to dive in and try and figure out some of the psychology going here, which is all armchair, psychology bullcrap. But hey, we're gonna do it anyway because. What could cause these women to object so much? I wonder.
Boy, did I win the lottery by being born with blonde hair and blue eyes. The European.
This is cringe.
Utopic, desired standard of beauty.
Her name is.
No. I mean, guys, is blonde hair, blue eyes the pinnacle? I don't know. I see a lot of other people.
Depends
have
what
their
chick
own
you're
kind of
talking about. I'll be
preferences.
honest with you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey,
Like,
there's a wide range of.
there's a wide range.
Well,
We
Hillary
men,
Clinton's
like,
a blonde hair, blue eye. You know.
yeah, well, yeah.
This one guy that Kanye West really likes thought so.
Sydney Sweeney, so her initials are SS.
But there's always an exception. A mixture of
I think you're muted, Chad.
I am muted.
Her
Her initials are SS, guys. Like it's baked in. It's encoded upon her birth when she was born. Like her parents are thinking, what should we name her?
We should make our daughter this walking, talking Nazi propaganda. Let's name her initials SS.
Why don't they just name her something else? I was gonna say something, but I'll
Clearly,
yeah,
her
like,
parents were Nazis, right? That's how this all happened, right?
That's all this is about, doing.
different fabrics with 100% cotton, and that's when the 100% cotton is being picked by people of color.
What? Oh my gosh! It's insane. It is truly insane what they're reaching for
Do
here.
you think that slavery is still around? Like, we're still having there's still plantations out there.
I can't
the secret corner of U.S. where you still have like slavery and plantations picking cotton.
I know. I thought we had the illegals picking cotton now.
Yeah, we did. So we don't even have those anymore.
Who's going to pick our cotton?
The machines run by white people.
AI? Man, AI is taking everybody's jobs.
Grok, is this true?
Robots will do it. Kill the robots.
Grok, can you pick the cotton?
Oh my gosh. Like, these are people who desperately want evil and injustice to exist in the world so they can virtue signal and present themselves as being so noble and better and to educate. Like, these are people, pointing that way, that have never had any real hardship in their lives. They
can't have if they're complaining this hard about genes.
Exactly. That's what I mean, right? If their life is so soft and coddled that this is the thing that is setting them off to insane levels.
It's Karen world.
Yeah, it is. It's like there's not enough actual problems in the world that they're inventing them so that they have a cause to fight against and be on the right side of history. It is literally invented nonsense. This is all artificial outrage, where they're trying to create an issue where there is nothing there to begin with. And it honestly feels like it's coming from deep-seated insecurities by jealous women. It seems like. Have you noticed kind of like a trend by the appearance of a lot of these, women crying outrage? Yeah.
I did notice that one single man has complained. And of course, the leftist men don't count, obviously. They got more estrogen.
Leftist men aren't men.
Yeah, they have more estrogen. They have more estrogen than do. So
yeah,
they don't really count.
And this is the Victim Olympics, but they liked that we were moving into an advertising world where mediocre and obese people were
and no white people.
Yeah, we're trying to sell to all the fat, ugly people. It's like, why would you want to sell and try to sell your product based on beauty and uplifting standards? And even though I don't think Sydney Sweeney is as hot as everybody else does. Look, if you grew up in the 80s.
All right. I want to talk a little bit about that. But let's shelve that, Mike. Let's save the is Sydney Sweeney hot discussion to the end. But I want to have that discussion. Don't let me
put a poll in the chat.
Yeah, chat. Let's really figure this one out, right? But going back to this baffling thing that's going on, I feel like there are. Let's try and get through them all.
I feel like.
Oh no, that was all of them.
Is that like really old Anna?
No, that was Sydney Watson. That's the she's
oh,
great, Sydney Watson. You
look like Anna. Put 20 or 30 years on Anna.
But yeah, like these women, they all kind of,
But the one with the black hair, that was like a parody of a woke person.
Yeah,
I guess she's too perfect looking for a woke person. Just like nose ring, problem glasses, the haircut, that's everything.
Now, I have seen a woman who I would say is actually, she's not bad looking, complain about this. I'll bring her video up because she goes in a bit more detail. But one of the things that it feels like there's a connection here is the fact that there is an ideology that has an issue with objective truth and objective standards, and sorry, what?
You don't say, Shad.
You don't say.
We've been dealing with this for years. Like, there's no objectivity and art, that sort of thing.
Yep.
Look,
Isn't it funny though? It's kind of ironic that the founder of Objectivism was an ugly little troll woman.
It's gonna deal objectivism.
Is that Ayn Rand?
Yeah.
Yeah, she is hard to look at. She is hard to look
and she had
objectively
her entire life. But I think I had a theory that's kind of why the Japanese media right now is taking over the West, because the West is likes to move away from traditional storytelling, likes to move away from all those tropes and all the things that made stories great, and try to subvert everything and make everything this about ideology or what can we do to break news, and kind of moving away from storytelling and into ingratiating audiences, power fantasies, this nothing interesting, this kind of telling a message or whatever. Meanwhile, as diverse as manga is, I mean, diverse in ideas and things, they still all follow traditional storytelling. Like you can, no matter who it is you're following around, it's always somebody who's growing or trying to move differently from where they are to where they want to be. It could be even Kenshin. Kenshin goes from the guy who wants to redeem himself, who doesn't really feel like he's worthy of that redemption, to someone who's completed his training, is one in and of himself and no longer separating between his past self and his current self, and grows and becomes a champion. And same thing goes for several other shonen protagonists, including Goku, Yusuke Urameshi, but also even One Punch Man. Even though it's a sign of One Punch Man, even though he's strong, his journey is more spiritual, where he goes from feeling so apart from humanity and unfulfilled to finding purpose and satisfaction in what he does, not through fighting, but through helping people. So
and then you have the opposite of that, which is Breaking Bad.
It's like he wants to become. We can have a villain protagonist, but he does change. He does change from.
He does.
It's changed quite. He gets what it's called bald of evil. That's a trope.
What comes to my mind when you were talking about so many of those great, heroes and stuff and protagonists, is that what's baked into such like so many classic heroism and storytelling is the fact that good and evil exist, and these are objective things. All right, that good is a real thing. No argument. There is good and there is objective evil that you are fighting against. That's like the foundation of so much heroic storytelling. And just look at like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, right? These are solid things, and that's the type of thing that the far ideological left hates. Absolutely. They were even saying it, like they were trying to say it when the Acolyte, that actor, what was he saying again? Like, there's no real good or evil in it, or something like that. Where
then he also is like, I want to exercise my power, and you guys are bigots for not letting me abuse my power the way I want. Like, wait a minute here.
And then he was saying Anakin Skywalker blew up the Death Star, just like he didn't even
several times. It's like, come on, man. I mean, but on that topic though, a lot of our tropes are based around objective good and evil. We have two tropes in particular that I'm thinking about. That is, of course, there's a book about it, Save the Cat. But the villainous version of it is Kick the Dog. When we see someone save the cat, he's a good guy. If we see someone kick the dog, he's a bad guy. Have you ever seen the opening to House of Cards, starring Kevin Spacey? He just kills a dying dog. It's kind of how you know this guy's not a good guy. He might be the protagonist. Yeah. He's not a good guy.
It's shorthand. It's very good shorthand.
Unironically, so I saw this post, and it's kind of in line with what we're saying. From the Daily Gondor, Aragorn was right. The Uruk-hai army was bred for purpose, destroy the world of men, but here's why it's a good thing.
Here's why it's a good thing. It's so accurate. Yeah, it's really good. But
right, no, but the extreme left genuinely has a problem with objective good and evil. where it's like, no, that all cultures are equal, guys. You can't point out objective flaws in other cultures because you're just being racist and bigoted when you're doing that. I'm like, and you know, me looking at the Aztecs with human child sacrifice, murder, and all that stuff, I'm thinking,
poor Aztecs, Chad. Those poor Aztecs.
I think we could, judge that at an objective scale. That's kind of evil. Can we not, call that out?
Just because they did things that made other tribes join the Spanish against them does not mean they were evil.
and those other tribes, right? They hated the Aztecs so much they were just going genocide on them to the point where, like, the Spanish were like, "Calm down, you're going a bit far, guys," and they were just ready to slaughter them wholesale.
Yeah, it's funny because the Cortez shows up with what, 4 boats, 4 boats worth of people, right? On the other side of the thing, and like the entire not peninsula. What do you call the thing that Mexico is? Like every other people group around there, like gathered together to wipe out the Aztecs because they were such pricks. They were ancient Nazis. Let's be realistic.
Right, and all these people that all cultures are equal, and my response was like, are they? Well, what do you think about Nazi Germany then? And they're like, does not compute. And this is just one example of the thing that they try and push with this moral relativist bullcrap. And it honestly, the point behind it is the means that they want to institute their ideology are evil. And so they need to try and obfuscate and blur what is actually evil,
It's not evil if you think about it.
They kind of deserve it, that they're only rich because they stole from the poor. So that justifies us stealing from them and murdering them and
all the European nations are only powerful because they stole everything, right? Something like that. What was the other one? Is that their stance is like everything is valid, right? Like every point is valid, every argument, every viewpoint, right? Isn't that what they say?
Because it sounds familiar.
Vosh said that. I think he had that stance once, and then someone said, okay, so Holocaust denial. And he was like,
yeah, it does not compute. They're just full of it.
You cannot live under a truly moral relativistic life,
it leads to
theology,
disaster. But
philosophy.
That's the only way that they can, get their ideology pushed. So they try and bait people in through, class warfare, trying to vilify and give people a target to blame for all the problems in their lives, right? And guess what? We saw that with the Nazi regime. I wonder which demographic they targeted to blame for many of their problems, and if I was to say, what is the main target that the left used to try and blame all the problems of society on these days? What would you guys, say is their main vilified, demographic?
Typically, specifically straight white men.
Yes, straight white men. They're the new scapegoats for it's all kind of wrapped up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the scapegoat for all the problems in society and target, and that's who you can blame.
Beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed women.
Well, we'll get there. We're coming back to the Sydney Sweeney thing because it's all related with this, I guess, offense to objective truth and objective standards. And we see it so often. What the tagline that they've tried to push? My truth. Where they're just basically trying to say your opinion, what you believe, that is true. Okay, to you, which makes it true. And it's like, no, it doesn't. That doesn't make there is the truth. And then there is opinion. The truth is objective, regardless of what you want to believe. All right. But they push that again to try and validate the untruthful logic behind their ideology of what they want, which is built off of envy and revenge and power. That's what they're after. And so wrapped up in all this has been the attack against objective standards of beauty. Now, this really, we've been seeing this for years. And this whole Sydney Sweeney thing is just another example that this ideological corruption is far from over. There are a lot of people that are completely deluded and brainwashed into this relativistic nonsense, right? That having objective standards with beauty is not only offensive, it's eugenics propaganda. It's just like, how did we come here?
Look, her name is SS.
It's kind of an interesting thing because I was just talking about this on cross examinations today. How like to anyone who doesn't believe a thing, like to the flat earther, globe Earth is foolish, right? To the globe earther, flat Earth is foolish. To the Christian, atheism is foolish. To the atheist, Christian, right? So when you get to this worldview where anyone's claiming a truth, the people who don't believe in any truth think truth is foolish. So it doesn't really matter what you say. If you're claiming it as a truth, they'll have some reason to.
Well, this is why you can't reason with people like this, where you try and use logical arguments. They're never convinced because they just get offended.
Yeah, it's like playing tennis against the curtains.
Well, right, and then they can't come back to the argument with their own logical rebuttal. So what they do, they vilify. You're just an evil bigot, and no one should listen to you because you're an idiot. And if they listen to you, you're evil, and your audience are all Nazis and all that stuff. That's their only recourse. Now, unfortunately, for insecure, jealous people who have difficulties in life and want to blame everything else for their lot in life, right? That tactic works because vilifying someone instead of, engaging with them gives them a target to blame for all the problems in their lives, right? And because humans, I do believe humans by nature are corrupted and will, in the sense that we will always err for the easiest, most lazy outcome if we get usually given two choices, and it takes active will to overcome our corrupted natures. And so because most people are just lazy by nature and they're given this easy excuse that thing over there is the reason for all your problems in life, blame that instead of taking accountability, which is a difficult thing to do because that means asking yourself, what have you done to cause these problems? People don't like to do that. People are insecure, but a lot of people are insecure by nature.
Did you ever see that clip from the game Life is Strange? That was from a long time ago. That blue-haired girl. The blue-haired girl goes, if I can't blame someone else, I then have to blame myself. Screw that. She just says this.
Yes. Can you find that? I'll put that up because that's a gold one.
Also, the game is really fun because it's about time. Like you can manipulate time and rewind it. And there is a part in that game where she stole a gun from her dad or whatever, so she can I believe I should control a gun, not men. She's very anti-men, feminist. And they go out shooting, and because she's a retired feminist, she shoots the car and it bounces and it shoots herself in the leg. and you can rewind time and do it over and over and over again to the point where someone made a comic where she shoots herself in the leg, and then Max, is the main character, is this calm and stoic. It goes, Max, why aren't you surprised? How many times have you made me do this?
Oh my gosh.
I think I find it.
This please do find it. I want to share that. This idea that, truth is relative, no objective standards, vilifying because they can't engage with the argument because truth isn't on their side and stuff like that. Well, there is this other thing that comes out of insecurities that they want, where they don't, like insecure people, they want to be validated. Now, I get that. People, like humans, we need a social connection. We need people to feel like they value us. The best way to do that is becoming a good person and earning it. All right. Not demanding people justify your lived experience, your lifestyle. Like, you must accept me the way I am. And if you do not, you are a bigot. There are a lot of lifestyles where that vein of thought comes to the forefront. If you do not accept me the way I am, how dare you demand I change? Right? You must accept me, which is interesting because that's them demanding you change to conform to their lifestyle and accept their lifestyle, which is complete hypocrisy. Okay.
I found it, by the way.
Found it? Oh, please share it. Yes.
Volume all the way up. Here we go.
It's so not fair. I gotta blame somebody. Otherwise, it's all my fault. Fuck that.
Oh, wow. That is...
What is that from?
Life is Strange.
Oh wow, that is more true than people realize. I gotta blame someone, otherwise it's all my fault. Screw that. Oh wow, that is gold. I want to save that one because that is honestly the root cause of so many problems in society at the moment. Is people just blaming something else, an easy target, for their own problems instead of taking accountability. Holy crap. And so what a lot of, insecure people have been wanting is you must accept me the way I am. And specifically, beauty standards. Also, standards around weight, beautiful at any size, and the whole fat acceptance movement and things, and pushing.
All those people are dead now, by the way.
Oh, so many of the fat influencers.
Did you see that video someone made? We're like, oh, here's a fat influencer, dead.
Yes,
dead.
She's dead. And they died.
I actually think we showed it on one of our streams. It's just like
it's probably, yeah. I saw it several times. Like this, they went over all the fat influencers. They're all dead.
All dead. I'm not meaning to derail the thing, but because we brought her up a little bit and I said she was hard to look at. Sorry, I need to apologize. But if you haven't experienced, you should just see. It's like a bit of a jump scare. This is like, okay, that is one of the hardest women to look at I think I've ever seen.
Oh, wait, wasn't she?
Nothing against her personally, but if we're looking at objective standards,
and she is an objectivist, so you have to.
Wasn't she in love
with
with
founder of objectivism?
Wasn't she in love with L. Ron Hubbard or something?
I don't know. But like she looks like a goblin. Gosh,
brilliant woman.
I think she said some smart things. I think she said some dumb things.
Yeah. We don't have to get into a whole objectivism thing.
Yeah. But sorry to jump in case you guys have never seen Ayn Rand. How do you pronounce her name?
Ayn Rand. It's not her real name.
Ayn.
And Stanley's not his actual name.
Frank Christel says she was a dog crap writer. I actually like the Fountainhead. The Atlas Shrugged was a bit of a slag.
Like Stephen King, very verbose.
Yeah.
So going back to women who are insecure, because now this is the thing. This is the real thing about beauty, women, also men, by the way, is that most men and most women, this shouldn't shock you, are not knockouts, are not 10 out of 10s. I'm not. Most people aren't. Okay, that's not a bad thing. That's reality. It's good to accept that. Okay, women gas each other up so much. Have you seen like those videos where it's like a very mid-looking woman getting praised as like you're beautiful, and there's these TikTok videos like all my friends are just like 10 out of 10s and no guy will date them or anything.
If you've ever watched the Whatever podcast, that's that. Go around and rate yourself all the way. Almost like 90% of the women like I'm a 10, I'm a 9, I'm a 10, I'm a.
And they've been asking about Lizzo. Like, Lizzo's a 10 out of 10, and then are there any guys who are 10 out of 10? No.
Right?
So guys aren't 10 out of 10, but all girls are 10 out of 10, according to them. Also, there needs to be note that mostly they invite OnlyFans girls, so they're all going to be very supportive of each other.
You know why they call themselves 10 out of 10s? Because they don't know how to do math.
I think it comes from insecurities, but also men and women are insecure about different things because society puts different value on different things. Okay. And so women judge men on how much they earn, the resources they have, how tall they are.
If they have hair.
If they have hair. Okay.
I'm a 10 in that regard, just to point out.
Amazing hair, Mike.
I am 53.
But more social, if you look at that, and when I say social value, I'm talking about the sexual marketplace kind of value stuff, right? Is that more emphasis is put on female appearance in terms of appreciation of value, and therefore women generally are far more insecure about their appearance, which makes them very judgmental of other women's appearances. But also at the same time, they will gas other women up far beyond, because it's this reciprocal thing. Because if they compliment them, most likely people will compliment them in return, because they probably know they're kind of mid, and therefore if they elevate what the standards are, like, oh, everyone mid is actually a 10, they'll say I'm a 10, and it's this self
right, and then they just hate on actual 10s.
Oh yeah. Well,
Dude,
look at
when
what's been going on Sydney Sweeney.
I know,
stuff.
but I have a real world thing. You guys have seen my wife, right? She's freaking smoking hot. We used to live in Portland, and if she would ever go out, like just put some makeup on and go out to the store, she looks like a model. She would get the dirtiest looks every freaking time she went out from these Portland pigs. And like, if she just dressed down, like went out, no makeup, didn't even do her hair or whatever, then the other women would be nice to her. It's the jealousy on the female chromosome side of the left wing, place like Portland. It's insane. This whole Sydney Sweeney thing makes perfect sense to me.
My wife, she's doing cosplay now. I'll just quickly share this because she's looking good these days. She did a Darth Vader cosplay, and so that's at Comic-Con. And so I'm a lucky man. But when it comes to women beauty standards, stuff like that, right? Most guys know that they're probably not going to get a 10/10, and when you fall in love with a woman, they become a 10 out of 10 because you fall in love with their personality. And that's what women kind of need to understand, right? You just need to do your best and you'll find a guy that loves you for who you are if you're a good person, okay? And guys, they will love many different, sizes of women, appearances of women. If you're just a good person, the standards that guys have, actually, they're not ridiculously high. Have you seen the meme of the ideal woman? I always chuckle at that meme of the ideal woman.
Which one? There's a few of them. But
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, men's standards aren't that high, but they say that they're high, because any standard is high.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, there are some nasty women who will never even meet this standard. For one, well, actually, probably two big things, right? And so the ideal woman.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this one.
6.5 out of 10. Okay at cooking. That right there, right? Unfortunately, there's a lot of women who they refuse to even do that. It's like, guys,
it's so
you
dumb.
cook for us. That is such a big win. Like if you and then this one here, not a C word.
I like. She have to be nice as long as
you're
you're
Australian, Shad. You're allowed to say that word.
I avoid that one. And so a lot of these women outrage in Sydney Sweeney, I have a feeling that they're failing at this part right here. And then
quite a bit, yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. Guys, we actually don't have high standards. But even those standards for some women are offensive, intolerant, bigoted. How dare you expect me to cook for you? It's like, hang on, I'm willing to work and earn money and stuff for you. It's like,
was it Bill Hicks? I think it was a Bill Hicks joke where it's like, oh yeah, women want you to be like a long list of things, but for men, it's like, show up naked and bring a sandwich.
We don't have high standards in reality, okay? But having a preference, acknowledging that there are objective standards of beauty, that is intolerant. You should accept all women as beautiful. So hang on, no, we do not have to accept all women as beautiful. In actual fact, my stance is every single woman who is not my wife is butt ugly, regardless how they look. I've been explaining. Now I can kind of separate. To the world's perspective, I can see that, from those standards, that, that's an attractive.
That's not being objective, Shad. That's
no. That is me choosing an objective standard right then.
That is
every woman who is not my wife.
Ayn Rand would not approve of this message.
To be butt ugly, but I don't enforce my standard on everyone else. You can, and it's because I love my wife, and no other woman friggin' has a chance in hell or heaven or anything like that to approach me. Get in with me or anything like that, because I'm married and I love my wife, and so they can get stuffed. But
that's
what?
I'm not even gonna go there. You just said a bunch of other women could get stuffed.
They can.
That's an Australian. Get stuffed, mate.
It's a free country.
Yeah. So I like people, women. Is it hard for them to wrap their head around this? That you might not be a 10 out of 10 for the world standards, but if you are a nice person and you attract a guy, you're going to be a 10 out of 10 to him, and that's all you should need. That's all I need. I don't need to be attractive to any other woman or person in the world. My wife loves me. That's enough. That is more than enough. Okay. But women who are single, I guess, and the fact that there is obviously an objective beauty standard, they get offended that they might not reach it. And then, oh my gosh, if you tie that there are some certain inherited traits that are correlated with beauty, well, now that's just Nazi propaganda.
Well, it's kind of even worse than that, because not only are these women, the predominant women that are doing this, not only are they not even trying to be attractive in either, weight.
Have you seen those TikTok videos where they're dressing up to be unattractive to the male gaze, to repel the male gaze?
Yeah, they will do weird freaking haircuts, shave off their eyebrows, those freaking nose rings on every single one of them.
It's crazy. They go out of their way to be unattractive, and then they attack men for calling them unattractive. You must accept me the way I was. Like, what are you doing? What is wrong with people these days? I just don't get it. Sorry, I cut you off, but was that where you were going, Mike?
Exactly. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, the same thing happens in the modern day media, where they hate it's institutionalized not to appeal to the male gaze, and then they get angry that the Japanese media, which does very well at appealing to the male gaze,
very well actually,
is winning in the West. They're like, how dare you? What's going on? They keep doing this stuff. Like, they keep doing things that are obviously wrong, obviously driving people away. And they're like, oh, we got to invest $20 million to see why all the young men are leaving the Democrats or something like that. It's like, hello.
So listen to this lady jumping through hoops to try and justify the Sydney Sweeney ad as being.
These women would never jump through hoops or do any exercise, Shad.
Or stand up. Yeah.
Now, guys, this is a psychologist. The person we're about to listen to is a psychologist, okay? And this, if anything, if you want evidence that qualifications doesn't mean you're smart or you're capable of spouting utter nonsense, we're about to get a whole lot. So let's listen to what this doctor has to say.
When a white, blue-eyed woman says, "much in for blow," that does not just happen in a vacuum. Let's talk about why this ad doesn't just feel off, it feels familiar, like historically familiar. In 1930s Germany, as we all know.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was going to say in 1984, Brooke Shields did a commercial exactly like this.
No,
that's not where she was going.
No. They only know Nazis. They only know Germany. They know a lot of evil dictators did this. Did that kind of propaganda. It wasn't just Hitler.
But, I know. But ready? So Nazi Germany.
Blonde hair and blue eyes were held up as this ideal, not just beautiful, but genetically superior.
So this is one of the most wild whataboutisms I've ever kind of seen. Like, it's the same logic that Hitler drank water. If you drink water, you're a Nazi. The Nazis Hitler had a preference for blonde hair and blue eyes. So therefore, if you ever present someone with blonde hair and blue eyes as being attractive, or that there's a preference to be attracted to blonde hair and blue eyes, you are supporting Nazi propaganda.
It must be Nazi propaganda.
It must be. It's like, are these people insane? But unironically, she's presenting this like, no, this is it. And if anyone ever says that Sydney Sweeney is attractive because of her inherited traits of having blue eyes, and I've heard that she's not even a natural blonde. Is that true? That she dyes her hair?
I haven't seen enough of her movies to see.
Yeah, but all right, if you inherit these traits that anyone might find attractive, well, that's just supporting eugenics and Nazi ideology. It's insane.
I can't wait till someone tells them that Hitler also breathed air.
Yeah,
you can stop that immediately.
I have a feeling he did. We don't have evidence.
Pretty sure.
Hitler loved dogs, all you dog lovers out there.
Yeah,
but how they're all in love with their dogs. Yeah, Hitler loved dogs.
He painted as well. Artist.
Hitler was an artist. He was an artist. He got rejected from art school, but he was an artist.
He got the trains to run on time.
So So if we dislike or hate on art bros who are like, oh yeah, subjectivity, Hitler was an artist. He painted pictures.
Yep.
Schmatzi regime ran entire campaigns promoting the hereditary fitness of the Aryan women. It's all ridiculous.
Yeah, but they weren't selling blue jeans.
Yeah, this is a jeans ad, lady. This is a jeans ad.
And
for clothes.
What's wild, right, is like this lady is having a problem with this false interpretation that she thinks this ad is celebrating Aryan traits that Hitler really liked and stuff. If it was a black woman and everything else is the same, I put a hot black woman in, right? That I almost guarantee people like this lady.
Have you seen the Tiffany Fong? Have you seen the Tiffany Fong stuff?
No, I haven't seen
the yellow jeans.
Oh, okay, no, I have seen the yellow. My jeans are yellow.
My jeans are yellow. I love that.
Yeah. And yeah, I know that the lady talking has blue eyes as well. Okay, but she's not saying that these are genetically superior. In actual fact, blue eyes, on average, have inferior vision to brown eyes because of the way that they absorb light. Have you but that's an aside. There are obviously genetic traits that you inherit. And if someone has a preference to dark skin, light skin, blonde hair, red hair, whatever, like that's their preference of what they're attracted to. They're allowed to, they're not saying one is genetically superior. They're saying that they're attracted to it. That's about it. And the point of the ad, where this says Sydney has good genes, all they're saying is that she's hot. That's what they're saying. That's it.
Yep.
But Mikey disagrees.
Unfortunately, no, I'm just saying. Yep.
Hitler's on their mind like 24/7. Hitler's the old, like the man that's constantly on their mind is Hitler. Like just 24/7.
It's like that meme. Everyone I hate is Hitler.
Everyone is Hitler.
Everyone I hate is Hitler.
And that hasn't gone away. Sorry, am I live? It just cut out.
You're live.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that thing where people just want to vilify their targets, the people they don't like, as Hitler, that's alive and well. And it's still going strong, as we see right here. We will continue.
There were posters praising blue eyes, propaganda about strong bloodlines.
Now, I'm not saying the Nazis had certain racial kind of doctrines and stuff that were legitimately racist.
Nah, but great posters, man.
A lot of people like Sydney Sweeney and everything. It is kind of an indicative of why so many people have gone to the right, because we spent like a decade of them telling us everything that's normal to like is Nazis. Like, well, you like women with big boobs, Nazi. You like curvy women, Nazi. You like laws being upheld, Nazi. You dislike illegal immigration, Nazi. Like everything is Nazi. And so
constantly,
after 10 years of saying everything we like and everything just, especially men naturally like, is this Nazis and fascism. I wonder why we have like a Gen Z and Gen Alpha who are like, yeah, fascism is cool.
Does Sydney Sweeney even have blue eyes?
I don't know. No one's ever confirmed it.
She does have blue eyes, and she has dark chocolate brown hair. That's all bleach.
So she doesn't even have blonde hair.
Sydney Sweeney has great bleach.
Speaking of that, did you see that one video where these, like, I think there's Argentinians or something like that? These three or four Argentinian boys. They're on stream with this well-known Nazi white supremacist guy, and they're all just like doing the Nazi salute and everything. And the Nazi white supremacist guy is like, "Oh, I hate you guys. Why do you all like me?" Even the Nazis are like, "What the hell? Why are there so many brown people?"
Oh dear.
Why are they all doing the Nazi salute? But they're all like Gen Z, Gen Alpha types. So that the current generation is far more conservative. They're really going far right, like way too far right. And
way too far right, yeah.
I think it's because of this whole thing of like everything they naturally like has been called fascism for like 10 years. And like, okay, all right then.
Mike has some objective information to share on the subject. For remove other I can't. All right, here it is. Yeah,
she's obviously younger here, little fatter.
Yeah, but that looks like brown hair and Yeah, blue
Look at that
eyes.
Nazi.
Nazi.
Such an almost Nazi. Actually, this is funny because this is my type. I mean, not her particularly, but like dark hair and blue eyes. That's like that was modeled for me like when I was young, and I'm like, that's my jam. That's why Jennifer Connelly was the hottest chick in the 90s. Sorry, Sydney. You're a fan. Not even close.
Mike thinks Sydney is mid.
I'm just comparing her to the chicks in the 80s and the 90s.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, dude.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, Mike, because guess what? I kind of agree and disagree. We'll discuss.
Get into how they tried to encourage the right women to have babies through cash and medals. Sound familiar?
No, because this ad is not encouraging people to only breed with blonde-haired, blue-eyed people.
It's just getting you by genes.
Breed. We need more people. We're at a 1.6 reproduction rate. We need to be at 2.1 or higher. Please go make more babies.
I just found that so funny. It's like, sound familiar? No, it doesn't. That doesn't sound like anything in the ad at all. What are you on, lady? Gosh.
Today, we have a global rise in white nationalist movements, especially in the US. There's literally a town being built.
That's getting overinflated. There's still a tiny minority. But again, the left need a boogeyman. And so if the left can say white nationalism is on the rise, vote for us, we'll combat it. I overinflate. Now,
also, they call everything white nationalism. So is it really on the rise, or are you just calling more things white nationalism?
Plus, it's the only quote unquote race that has a boogeyman like that. It's like if you went and you're like, we're gonna build a black only town, they'd be like, oh cool. Oh, we're gonna have black only colleges. Okay, we're gonna have Mexican only graduations. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna have a white only. What?
Yeah. I want to talk about it because he mentions it right here.
Literally a town being built in Arkansas for white only residents. And
all right, because I've seen the news article about that. Okay, and I want the left to give me an answer. Is segregation good or bad? Come out and say it. Explain it. Like,
it depends on if you're white or not.
Well, no, is that going to be the answer? Because there's been
their answer, yes.
Only black communities already trying to be established, and only black colleges and stuff like that. And if this is bad, that is just as bad as white people trying to make only white communities. Okay, be friggin' consistent. If it's bad, it's bad. But is she gonna, complain or raise objection? Well, no, because their boogeyman is white people, straight white people, especially straight white men, Christians, stuff like that. And so it's okay to discriminate against their boogeyman.
This self-segregating has happened since the founding of this country, right?
Yeah.
The Quakers would go self-segregate. And then the Italians started coming over. They'd self-segregate. The Germans would self-segregate. It was just your culture. And now you have like Haitian self-segregating, freaking Coptics. We have a whole Coptic area here in San Diego. Coptics, freaking people self-segregate. They want to be around people of their own kind. But it's really bad if you want to do it if you're white.
They had to outlaw Sharia law over here because
they should outlaw Sharia law because it's anti-constitutional.
I would happily move into a community that was only Latter-day Saints, a pure Latter-day Saint community, and it's your choice to enter into that. So there is this tendency in people, humans, to want to
Salt Lake City, Shad. Just go.
We're going to take it a step further, Mike.
If you go to another country, right?
Until we set up the New Jerusalem and we'll start to build houses.
Yeah, Zion, Illinois, right? Yeah.
If we go to the country and there's like a village of like Americans over there, you probably would choose that place, regardless of their race. Like, oh, other fellow Americans. Let me go ahead and live over there.
All right.
Online, there's been a resurgence in pseudoscience linking to good genes.
Online, there's a resurgence of pseudoscience, like the bullcrap you're spouting, lady. Yeah, I would agree with that. There is so much pseudoscience nonsense. Have you heard like those papers where people say math is racist and all that nonsense? Oh, that gets spouted around by the left.
Remember the AC is.
Can I address something? Miguel the alpaca says self-segregating is fine, I guess, but it's not the same as government dictating. When is government dictated segregation? I mean, like back in the 60s, but that's like 60 years ago.
I don't know. Like, would the has the American government, when Biden was in or anything like that, supported the colleges that were trying to do only black campuses or dorms and things like that? Because
I mean, I don't think it's the government doing it. I think it's the colleges doing it, and the woke, students themselves doing it. But it's like the government hasn't like forced people into locations here since we did it to the Indians.
World War II.
But that was justified. As a Japanese American, the Japanese camps were completely justified, and I'll tell you why. Because there was an incident during Pearl Harbor. There was an incident called the Nihao incident, and when one of the Zero pilots, something happened to his plane, and he crash landed on the island of Nihao. Well, the American-born Japanese citizens there took the side of Japan. They helped the pilot. They kidnapped Hawaiian natives there and held them hostage to try to get the Japanese. So the fiercely, because you have to keep in mind that the Japanese, they weren't just still fiercely nationalistic. They believed Hirohito was God.
Oh, people do not understand how extremist the Japanese were during World War II. If they think, oh, it was just the Germans who were racist, holy freaking crap! Go to Japan and see how racist they were during that time.
I have talked to like the descendants of people who were in those camps. My mom wasn't here; our family wasn't here yet. But I've talked to descendants of people who are in those camps, and they like, oh yeah, Grandpa said that was totally the right thing to do. It's like. It is what it is, man.
I mean, hands would be tied in that time. You could see how complex it was because it would have been really easy for Japan to just send over a
one
couple
thing
of
that was super wrong about this was that when they did that, the Asian Americans we didn't have rights. We couldn't vote in all the states. We couldn't own property. We couldn't own businesses outright. Right. So we were like, that's what the Civil Rights Act like kind of fixed all that stuff when they did it for the blacks. They did it for everybody. But yeah, dude, they just took everybody's businesses and property when they put them in those camps. And so the only real good ones, like this one guy I was talking to, he said that his dad was a farmer and his neighbor bought his dad's land and then gave it back to him when he got out of the camp. So it was like,
good on him.
Like a good neighbor.
Yeah, good on him. So, of course, stuff has happened in the past, but let's talk about the now. And the side that I have seen openly pushing for racial segregation vastly more than any other is the woke left. That I've been seeing way more with that, and they seem to be okay with that. And so I just say, be consistent with your bloody standards. Either segregation is bad or it's not. Make up your mind.
Relations to health, intelligence, beauty. We can look at the autism and disability space. We can look at the new executive order claiming to end crime and disorder on the streets that has really problematic language about people who might be disruptors.
I do not trust anything this biased person is saying.
Why does she keep doing this? Why does she keep doing this with just normal words?
It's a jeans ad. I used to this because American Eagle tried to sell jeans is a resurgence of Nazi propaganda, white supremacy.
That's what they're saying. That is what
segregation.
It is so crazy.
Look, they've lost any high ground they thought they had about telling us off is gone now. Like if next time Dylan Mulvaney endorses like a beer, it's like they have nothing to say. They have nothing to say.
Well, the other side of this, which is just making them go crazy, all right, is how is American Eagle going ever since this?
Doing pretty good, actually.
I hear it's doing pretty darn good. In actual fact, you shared something, Lit Dev. And so let me just bring that up.
By the way, the Leftists have obviously called for a boycott of American Eagle.
Of course.
Those jeans that Sydney Sweeney was selling has sold out. since that ad.
So breaking, American Eagle stock surges over 20% following President Trump praises Sydney Sweeney at a controversial jeans ad.
I just
President
thumbs up.
Trump, really?
It's a smug smile and the thumbs up from Trump.
Because I don't think it's because President Trump endorsed it. There's another like news.
It's because Sydney Sweeney has good genes.
The ad has gone so viral that whatever you say, you want to disagree, agree, whatever, this was an act of marketing genius on American Eagle's behalf. Like, it has worked out so insanely good for them. And so just in, Sydney Sweeney just skyrocketed American Eagle stock by 20%, worth nearly 400 million. Stores across the country is selling out. I proudly said on Fox News, Gen Z is choosing Sydney Sweeney over Lizzo this summer, and I won't apologize. Well, let's listen to what you say, gentlemen, good sir.
Kevin, I think this story just proves how fragile wokeness has truly become. I mean, last November, we were told that if we voted for Donald Trump, Gen Z were Nazis. Now we're told that if we put on blue jeans, we're Nazis. Last November, Gen Z went out to the ballot box and we chose Donald Trump over Kamala Harris. And this summer, we're choosing Sydney Sweeney over Lizzo. I mean, all she had to do was put on a pair of blue jeans. She didn't put on a red MAGA hat. She didn't wrap herself in an American flag. She simply put on blue jeans, and she's the villain of the left.
And those are mom jeans. Come on. Look at those things. Right up to her belly button.
Honestly, it's actually tame. And this goes to show as well, like the woke left, the feminists, the people going crazy, they also just don't get the joke. It's a double entendre. It's like, oh, jeans and jeans. You get it? You know what you kind of no, they don't.
It's because they don't know how to spell.
They don't. They're going so insane. It's like it's
they
a
can't do
joke.
math. They don't know how to spell. They must have all gone to public school.
Oh my gosh. And it's not even a great joke, but it has triggered them so much. How dare you talk about someone's jeans? It's just I don't understand it. And as let you guys tell me, right, how infested this brain rot is, because at the same time, it hasn't done anything to harm American Eagle at all. It's a blip. This boycott is not working.
People definitely have woke fatigue.
So it seems like they are being exposed as the minority group of insane, unhinged activists that they are. All right, because they're very loud. They're all over social media. You've been seeing their outrage everywhere. They're going nuts. But like, part of me is still surprised that it's this entrenched and this level of insanity is still around and is still very much around. But at the other side, it's doing nothing. Their outrage is just being mocked and laughed at. And so I'm still...
I think the pendulum is swinging. We might actually be on the swing back. So
maybe.
Let's see how far it goes.
I think it's going to be a hard swing because essentially they've kind of held the pendulum there. Like, it was supposed to have swung back to the right a long time ago, but they've been artificially keeping it there for a long time. I think it's going to swing back pretty hard.
Yeah,
it's like keeping a balloon underwater too long, pushing it, and then it just pops out.
Yeah. Yep. So the ad is effective. It wasn't even a funny joke, but it's trigger and it's marketing genius. It's stored their stock, made them world famous. I'd never heard of American Eagle as a brand before, ever. Now I know. So good work, outraged leftist mob. Yeah. You played your souls with your faux performative outrage. And it's funny. It's just been hilarious to see. And of course, this is not about genes. The point of the ad is like they're saying Sydney Sweeney is hot. That's what they mean if they ever look into the genetic genes aspects. She inherited certain traits that people generally find quite appealing on the male side of the aisle, right? Big boobs, a figure, and in actual fact, that's what I think is doing the heavy lifting, because we come into an important debate in this discussion, Mike. Yep. Is Sydney Sweeney hot? Mike says she's mid. I
just mean her face. She looks decent in makeup.
I think the everything kind of proves that yes, she is, because no, if she were not, this wouldn't cause such a big roar.
But I'm just being comparative. Like, compare some of the hottest chicks of the 80s and 90s to Sydney Sweeney, and she wouldn't even make it into the top 10, you know?
Although I have to say, I am glad that it's been proven objectively that woke is weaker than boobs. Boobs will win over woke every time.
All right.
And that is kind of her thing. That's how she got so memed, is she was like the only actress in Hollywood during this current time who was willing to show off her boobs.
And be proud of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Jiggle them in front of the
Jiggle
Entertainment Weekly and do whatever. It's like, it's not all about that face.
All right. There is a poll in the chat. Is Sydney Sweeney hot? We will find out. So far, it's overwhelmingly. It's not even a single vote on no. We've just got everything. Oh, we got like 1 or 2 no's now. Excuse me.
I mean, she's not ugly by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just not saying she's. I mean, you compare her to Jennifer Connelly or Charlize Theron or like there's so many of the Marilyn Monroe, for Pete's sake.
Okay.
For this day and age, I mean, even Gal Gadot is freaking 5 times hotter than she is.
Here is where I am willing to maybe just acknowledge, might not agree, but acknowledge why I think people are saying that. And this kind of shows it right. Like, taken in isolation, I think her face is just, above average, is standard. It's just a woman's
I'll go
face.
with above average. I'm not going to say
You'll go
mid,
above average. Yeah.
5. She's not a 5.
But I think my wife's face has much better bone structure, symmetry, and all those things. I think my wife's face is beautiful. And look, if I was to separate myself from, the bias I impose myself with my wife, I think there are women in the world who have more attractive faces. I think, but makeup doing, and I think the thing that does the heavy lifting that qualifies Sydney Sweeney as hot is people like her figure.
I don't think they like her whole figure. I just think they like part of it.
Just aspects of her figure. Just a couple of
She doesn't
things
even have a particularly like.
You cut out there, Mike. Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm just saying the best she knows what her best assets are, and she likes to show them off.
She does.
That's probably why guys like Melanie Mack are calling her prostitutes. But it's not that. She's got a body of work behind her now that she's famous. She was doing like very naughty bit stuff in earlier movies. So
and this is a body of work.
Naughty bit stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna...
Mike is referring to her body of work.
Okay. Yeah.
Boobs of work.
No, but it's funny because people are arguing. It's like, oh, Melanie Mack's freaking calling her a whore for her prostitute, or calling her a prostitute for her jeans ad. It's like, that's not what she was talking about.
Different things where it was a bit
body of work.
Body of work, right, Mike?
I really love the thing I love about Sydney Sweeney is she can double tap like a mother.
Well, do you want to grab that? So the comments in the chat is like, she's okay, nothing really special. She has that pretty girl next door.
I'll give her that.
She's a 10-year-old being silly. People love her assets. Someone says solid 7, no problem. Doll face. Guys are entitled to their preference, and if they don't find Sydney Sweeney attractive, that's fine. I think on a more objective, the objective standards of beauty, she is blessed in certain areas, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think anyone's really arguing that. But this is what Mike likes most of all.
Yeah.
What about
honestly, stuff like this actually increases girls' hotness rating in guys' eyes. Nothing changes about their appearance. But when they do stuff like this, they make them more hot.
Before you click play, those are AOC teeth. and people have made fun of AOC's teeth.
Hang on. We
forever.
actually might not be able to show this because so YouTube has an issue with
Oh,
guns.
the guns. That's right.
We might not be able to because
you can't.
You can show guns in videos, but if you show guns on a live stream, they ping you. And so
all right. Well, let's show you. She shoots like a Republican.
Yeah, she's like John Wick. So that bumps her up on the scale.
Oh yeah, like if a girl
is
is holding a sword or knows how to use a sword, 2 points.
D-Rod says Sydney Sweeney without gun 7 or 8. Sydney Sweeney with a gun 20.
100%. Guys, we don't have, and hey, if they like Warhammer and play video games, there's easy ways to get extra points, women. Right?
Girls with guns.
That's I've hated that narrative about men they've been so sexist against women, trying to stop women from getting into their hobbies and into their spaces. Bull friggin' crap. Guys have been wanting girls to play with their toys from the dawn of time. They've been wanting to get girls into comic books and video games and everything. We don't like it when girls fake it.
I want to get more girls into plumbing.
Well, I see someone in chat. Sydney Sweeney has read Sonia. Yes, but
she would.
We're not getting that.
She would wear the metal bikini.
She would. Red Sonia is coming out like this week, I think.
Yeah,
and
I wonder how it's going to be.
Well, if she wanted to be modest, she would wear the bikini.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the new Red Sonia and maybe even do a review on Night's Watch.
She'd be like, I've seen the comics where she's just topless. Can't we do that?
What is this? You're gonna do that? Girl boss or no girl boss, or the new Red Sonia?
I heard something like a quote of her saying that she's never gonna stop doing topless or nude scenes, and I'm just thinking, at some point we're gonna ask you to stop doing nude scenes.
Yeah, it does reach a point where we're like, it's okay. You can. I'm already.
I want to wrap that up.
So this is interesting. Have you seen this? This is woke and this is a Nazi. It's like which way, Western men? They go out of their way to make themselves look repulsive because I will not let the male whoa.
What the hell?
Apologize. I was not ready for that. I did not know that was in. I apologize.
That's worse than a gun.
I know. It's like oh my gosh, that was gosh. But if you're not attracted to that, you're an intolerant bigot. How dare you have a preference or objective standards of what is beautiful? My goodness. Wild. It has been a wild week, and there is a lot to kind of break down and unpack with all that. Segueing, Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four. It's not doing fantastic. I thought the movie was very average. Okay, probably still one of the better things Marvel has done. I even say I think it's better than Superman.
How was it compared to the old Fantastic Four series?
I haven't watched it recent enough to make an objective kind of, I guess, judgment on that. But even though I think it's a
by the way, real quick, Jessica Alba versus Sydney Sweeney. Come on.
Oh,
come on.
No. I think the movie's actually bad, but just below average bad. So it's not the worst thing by any means. It's structurally better than Superman, but I enjoyed it less than Superman. I don't actually think it's a very enjoyable film. But that's my take on it.
It's a lot slower than the usual superhero film. It's more like there's more stuff to think about, more stuff where they have to prepare and explore and things. You get little news sections. It's a little more okay, we got to build a spaceship. We got to have the news. We got to have time pass so they can build that spaceship. Then they go explore and stuff like that. So I liked it quite a bit. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I like it feels very comic booky. I do like this new trend of superhero movies becoming very comic booky again, where ridiculous things can happen. I do like that. I quite enjoy it. Even Pedro Pascal wasn't so bad.
I hated him in it. I hated Pedro in it.
He did feel like he did feel like a Richards played by Pedro Pascal. Like I could definitely see him licking a dildo. You know what I mean?
Like to me, he was flat, a plank of wood. It's like he barely like. It didn't feel like he was invested or emotional about some of the really serious stuff going on. And he can act, but I think he phoned it in. And I'm also just sick of Pedro Pascal as well on top of it. And so he was like the worst part of the film for me. The best part of the film by far, Country Mile, was The Thing and Johnny Storm. They had
a really good rapport. Yeah.
Great. They were easily the best parts of the film. I think the plot is retarded beyond belief. Really, there are some astronomically dumb, stupid things. Not as many as Superman, but doesn't redeem it. There are some really, really dumb things. Galactus, I want your baby. Oh no, you're getting away. Even though I've just used a tractor beam to pull your ship in, I'm gonna forget I have a tractor beam. So Galactus could have, spoilers, I guess. Do people care about spoilers? But I could get into the film. I have a dedicated review of my issues on it. There's some dumb things in it. The thing is, though, it's not doing well at the box office. In actual fact, it's struggling. Fantastic Four had a 66% drop in its second weekend at the domestic box office. Oof.
Maybe if they had cast Sydney Sweeney as
that would work. That probably would work. Yeah, as a Silver Surfer, that would work.
Oh yeah, she would have just done it with body paint.
Yeah, probably just naked.
Yeah. The way that they did Mystique in the
X-Men. Honestly, if they had done Sydney Sweeney with body paint, it would probably not have dropped off as much.
Well, that's
probably going up like everything else.
I would actually say,
look, even though we're sitting down, we're giving you a standing ovation.
What do you think? Which is better, Fantastic Four or Captain Marvel?
I haven't seen
the recent one,
but right now I'm going to say Fantastic Four.
Not the Marvels. I'm like
the Brie Larson one.
The Brie Larson one.
That's not even true. Of course, Fantastic Four was fun. I actually like enjoying that. I do like slower movies, like sci-fi movies. I'm a Trekkie, so I'm used to slower movies. But if you ask me to watch Captain Marvel or Fantastic Four, yeah, I'm going to pick Fantastic Four.
I would say Fantastic Four is better than Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would say it's better than Thor: Love and Thunder easily.
Oh, yeah. You went worse, Shad. You went for like this. Because I could actually kind of withstand Multiverse of Madness, but man, Thor: Love and Thunder
better than the films that destroyed Marvel.
It's like Thor: Love and Thunder is like thumb screws all the way through.
I know. Those films are so bad.
Not even just because it's like girl boss woke stuff. It's just the jokes are cringe.
Yeah,
well, it's like war crime level of cringe.
Like when it comes to Fantastic Four, at the most generous thing you can say is like, it's all right. I don't think it's that, but some people like it. But I think the most, general take that most people are having with it is that it's all right. Nowhere near good enough to do what Marvel needed it to do. Because if anything, this shows that there is severe brand damage to Marvel. We've known for ages, but I wonder if this will wake Marvel up, because this film isn't the worst thing in the world. It's nowhere near as bad as what Marvel has done in the past, but it seems to be doing worse at the box office. I'll need to double check those figures, but I'm not sure if it's doing like actually worse than Multiverse of Madness, Thor: Love and Thunder. It might, but it's not doing good at the moment. It's not making a profit yet, and that's actually dubious if it will even be able to make a profit at the end of the day. It's not the hit that Marvel needed at all. And what's it like we've been making these comparisons. The interesting thing about this, it's doing so bad while at the same time not being the worst thing Marvel has made. If this film came out before Marvel had committed suicide, all right, it probably would have done really well. But it's too little too late. And I don't think this is the type of film that's going to convince people that Marvel is back. You need a banging hit, just a great film. And even that wouldn't do it. You need at least 3 or 4 in a row for people to think Marvel is back. because this is just such, I guess, like it's not a massive, wow kind of thing.
It wasn't great. It wasn't
yeah.
like a Batman Begins or something.
Not even close. Not even close. And it depends, I guess, what people gauge it on, because for someone like me that I want good, consistent writing and things, I didn't enjoy it. I just didn't enjoy the film.
As much as I liked the movie, was Galactus kind of felt underpowered or depowered as the movie went along.
Massively so. Massively. And he was just too short as well. Galactus was just too little on top of that. And he was a brain-dead retard. It's like, why
did he get out of his ship?
Why did he get out of his ship? He didn't need to, but also it's like, oh, I want the baby. I can scan for it any time. They placed it on an obvious teleportation platform that I just sent the Silver Surfer to wipe them all out, so I know what it is. And it's like, that's not a trap. I'm just gonna walk. So dumb, man. Like, but also Reed is just as stupid, because he thinks like, all right, Silver Surfer just destroyed our teleporters. Galactus knows what they are. Let's try and teleport Galactus away by putting what he wants on an obvious trap. It's like, gee, he won't notice. And the thing is, Galactus does notice. It takes way too long for him to notice it, right? But he does. And I'm like, who would have seen that coming? Reed, are you supposed to be a genius? Are you supposed to be smart, Reed? Oh my gosh.
I found a video I think you might like, speaking of Galactus.
Yeah?
Check this out.
Okay, I think I see this. This shows Galactus's size. This is something a bit more close to what he should be.
Well, Galactus can change that.
There we go.
Can he? Because they didn't show him shrinking it.
There he is.
There it is.
Yeah, no, Galactus is like 40 feet tall in the comic. He doesn't eat planets like that. He uses a giant machine to absorb the energy from them.
It's like he just eats the planet.
It's a gobstopper.
I bet you be on the moon and like you just see the Earth get destroyed. Like, where do you go? What happens?
I didn't think.
And how would they bring a dune buggy to the moon? Come on, realistically, let's be real here. They didn't bring a freaking dune buggy to the moon.
So they didn't show Galactus changing size. They would explain it, but from my memory, from like the comic books and when he appears in cartoons, I've always pictured him much bigger. But there are so many things to get annoyed with this film on a structural level. So much so that it's not doing what Marvel needs. It's actually bombing quite severely, and Marvel is in trouble. I think. Like, do you think there's any coming back from? I think they're stuffed. I think it's done. The only thing you can do is probably try and reboot the entire thing. And this is the thing. They kind of want to do this with Secret Wars, but it's going to be a soft reboot. And so it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Do you reckon Doomsday is going to do well?
I think it might. I think it might because it's Robert Downey Jr. And it might
off the cameos.
Off of that, yeah.
It is going to be so insanely expensive, though. Like, this is going to be such a crazy expensive. I do not expect it to be good at all. I don't think Marvel has the talent to pull off such a complex project like this, to give all the characters the screen time that they need, to give them arcs or presence or just something meaningful, right? I think it's going to be a complete cluster, a mess that they don't, and it's just going to try and sail off of the cameo factor. I don't even think they know who's going to lead the Avengers at this point. Because they were thinking it was going to be they were thinking they were going to get Mr. Fantastic to do it, but now the rumor is that Marvel is backtracking on that because Fantastic Four is doing so poorly, and Pedro Pascal has been received so poorly as Mr. Fantastic that they is like, he's not the leader now. Who else do they have though? They're like, got nothing. They've ruined everything.
It's gonna be Doctor Doom. He's gonna lead the Avengers.
Gosh.
I mean, they got like Doctor Doom and Magneto, and then all these other guys, and the kind of like big, huge power plays. That'd be pretty cool.
All right. So even in this one, Mike, he is nearly 10 times bigger than he is in the film.
Right. But that's why I'm saying he changed his size, because here he's like 400 feet tall, maybe 500.
But I would have
Here
accepted that
he's-
easier. Oh yeah, see that is much shorter. He's like just as
Right.
tall as a building.
Right.
Yeah.
So even here, though, that's probably
Is that just the comics book?
150, 200 feet tall, and that's Mobius. And then here, it's hard to judge, but he's giant. But here, he's only like 30 feet tall.
Is that just the comic books being inconsistent, or is it an actual ability he has to change size?
I believe he can change size.
Okay. What was my other? Okay, so Fantastic Four, right? One of the big failures of this is that I have no interest in seeing it again. Do not care. And I really don't care about sequels. Like the film failed to capture me that I wouldn't really give a crap about a sequel of the Fantastic Four. To me, this is the big difference between what Fantastic Four failed to achieve and what I think Superman did. As bad as Superman is on a technical level, I enjoyed it. I liked Corn Sweat Superman. I would actually be okay watching that film again, and I'm interested in seeing future films with this Superman. That's a massive win. And I've been one of the most critical of Superman going into it. I think the marketing for it was dog crap. But it managed to win me over as bad as it was. And not only that, I'm kind of happy and interested to see things in this universe. I think with all its, flaws, it successfully managed to reboot this universe. And I'm interested to see what other things might happen in the universe. I would actually go out of my way to watch the Superman the Supergirl film now coming out. And that's it. Like, again, I'm a reviewer. I watch bad things, but if I wasn't a reviewer, there's so many things I would never watch. Right. This one I would actually go out of my way.
Still the #1 movie of the year.
Is it Jurassic Park?
Is it Joker 2?
Joker 2.
No,
Minecraft.
really? Of course, Minecraft.
I was on watch something like that.
It's almost for the billions. It's 955 million, and I think it's still making money.
Doesn't surprise me. That was also a bad film. Gosh.
Meme movies next.
Again, not the worst thing, but it was pretty darn bad.
Momoa was awesome.
But both Fantastic Four and Superman are getting trounced by Jurassic World. The retarded dinosaur movie.
Let's see how Jurassic World's doing.
And
Jurassic World, when I call it the retarded dinosaur movie, it actually is. Like its main dinosaur is retarded. It's weird. Retarded dinosaur thing with this.
I mean, freaking hell, man! Make more dinosaur movies. People want to see dinosaurs. Let's crank them out. That's at 766.8 million. So it's still got 200 million to go to get to Minecraft.
Get to Minecraft level. Get on Minecraft's level.
This is where we
can't beat Minecraft. That movie you like? Minecraft made more money than it.
I wonder if they're going to make a Terraria movie.
Now.
Right? That was greenlit the day after Minecraft came out.
In regards to
Star Valley movie. Stardew Valley.
In regards to Fantastic Four, I want to actually react a bit to Gary's recent video. So Nerdrotic, he dropped the video about Fantastic Four that was doomed to fail. And there's some good things to kind of, because he gets good clips and fun comments, and so I think it's worth checking out some of this. We won't have time to watch the whole thing, but listen to this.
I loved it, but it seems like right now a lot of people seem to be loving it.
Really? Yeah, a lot of people like. Why isn't that reflected in the box office? That's the question. That's the question, guys. So many people are loving it. Why is it bombing?
At this moment, it's got an 88% certified fresh Rotten Tomato critic rating.
What a fun movie. This is absolutely the sweetest film I've ever seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now it's done.
That's not true, is it? Or is it just because there's no competition that it's the #1 movie in the world?
Let me check. #1 last weekend. Fantastic Four.
Hang on. Lilo and Stitch. We will get to the super chats, but Orlando says Lilo and Stitch already hit $1 billion. That would be the most successful film then. Oh, because if it did.
And before I check that out, Fantastic Four First Steps, 38.7 million this weekend. Bad Guys 2, 22 million. Naked Gun, 16.8. Superman, 13.7. Jurassic World Rebirth, 8.8.
Okay, so yes, #1 movie in the world, but I don't know. I don't think that's like a massive achievement.
Oh, you're right. Wow, why was that on that list like that? Yeah, Lilo and Stitch it's made about 75 million or 775 million more than Minecraft.
Holy, yeah, remakes.
I don't know
live action remakes back on the menu, boys.
And it was a horrible rendition of it.
That's what I've heard. I haven't watched it.
Ohana means leave your family behind
and do your own thing. Abandon your family.
Oh wow!
Oh, come on, abandon your family to the government.
Wow, gosh.
Ohana means leave your little sister to the sex trade.
I wonder if everyone kind of caught that and was like, "Oh, wait a minute, what the hell? This was the." And then they make Lilo and Stitch 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and they all fail.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's gonna be the Lilo and Stitch universe because that was actually a franchise that had a lot of crossovers in it.
I have a feeling that it's probably a blip on the radar. I could be wrong, but I don't think most of these Disney live-action remakes bomb and are no good. Like, look how good Snow White did, right? It's surprising that Lilo and Stitch did so well, but it goes to show you how much fondness there was for the original animation.
One movie in the world, 2 weeks in a row.
Yes, hell yeah!
Is it though? Is it though? That is the question.
It is.
But my question is like, if everything else is doing so bad, the fact that it might be the #1 is like, you know, it's not the big win that you guys are thinking it is.
Well, it did 38.7 million this weekend. Wait, last weekend, August 1st through 3rd. Yes, 38.7.
Doing very poorly internationally, I hear.
Oh, is it? Did Bad Guys 2 come out this weekend?
Which one?
Bad Guys 2.
Do know.
Yeah, it opened this weekend, and it opened to. Oh wow, and that's the animated. You know, the Bad Guys, the
Oh, that one. Yeah.
All that stuff.
I did.
That opened to $22 million. That's kind of sad.
I don't know anything about that one.
Those are domestic numbers, by the way.
And the Marvel fans know that. That's what created what we know as the Marvel Universe. We're the
box office. Fantastic Four craters by 66% in the second weekend. I haven't seen all of Naked Gun. I've only seen parts of it. I like the reception seems to be that a lot of people are liking it.
These characters, and the fact that there have been many attempts.
There's a handful of facts.
Oh, have you seen this clip?
Not yet.
That there have been many attempts.
So this is the actor of what? The Thing, is it?
I think the Thing.
There's a handful of fascists that I would just throw into outer space.
Fascists. They got 3 gay men, didn't they? They got 3 gay men to be the Fantastic Four.
What is it? Is it 60% or is it 80%?
Well, different. I guess it depends when you gauge it, at what time it comes.
Right, because 66% doesn't sound like a flop. 80% does.
That's big. Yeah.
I mean, usually a movie's their big nut is their first weekend. So what is an average drop even for a blockbuster?
The way these guys are saying they don't have big nuts.
What did Jurassic World drop first to second weekend?
I think it wasn't this bad. But yeah, if you can find out, I'd be interested to know.
That's what I would do.
They're all doing that gay guy stance where they can do the.
Oh yeah, the way they're sitting.
Look at my socks, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
No balls. Look at my colorful socks.
Everything they're working on.
Fascinating Four First Steps, 40 million Bad Guys to. So that's just
is terrible and is not very good.
This concept of superhero fatigue in one way is real because there have been a lot of superhero movies that maybe haven't been up to what they should have been.
You think? James, you think you maybe haven't been up to quality? No, a lot of the recent superhero movies have been arse. Did you find the stat there, Mike?
It's kind of hard to do the math because they do it day by day, and they do so. If you go by the first day launch to the next week, it was a 67% drop for Jurassic Park.
60 what?
67. So Fantastic Four, if it's the 66 number, it actually did better than Jurassic Park.
But overall, it's not doing as good. Jurassic Park is still beating both Superman and Fantastic Four.
Well, it's been out longer.
But no,
it came out a month ago.
During the same time, because the international numbers are tanking for Superman and Fantastic Four.
Right. But it came out a month ago.
Yeah, but if you were comparing the same time periods from release, that's what I've heard.
Or what the audience wanted. I think there's, mediocre movie fatigue.
Nerdrotic.com.
Friends, it's been said.
What's your thoughts on the superhero fatigue?
The who's what's in it?
What do you guys think? Superhero fatigue, because I generally think that, but I'm a comic book nerd, right? Like a superhero nerd. I love superheroes. If you give me a good superhero movie, I'm going to show up, and I've been like that my whole life. I've been into superheroes my whole life. Going to be into them my whole life. Love the genre, and so I'll never get like fatigued on the concept of superheroes. But that's me. I'm a nerd. The question is, what about for the normies?
Let me be consistent, because I do think that we were on the upswing until and not Endgame, the first one, Infinity War, right? And after Infinity War, that's when everything kind of started to go south anyways. But at the same time, I mean, I saw it in the comic book market. I've told this before. It's like when I was doing conventions at that time, and between the summer of Infinity War and the summer after Infinity War, the summer of Infinity War was like my best numbers ever. The summer after Infinity War, everyone I knew was down by 50%. It wasn't so much fatigue, I would say, as they were building up to an event, and then they shot their wad, and then it was just downhill from there, and they have to rebuild.
Well, they haven't built to anything.
Right, but they can't rebuild with crap.
Like, exactly. Like, they had such an opportunity after Endgame to bring in...
And then, by the way, also, the year after that was COVID.
They could have followed on from Endgame with such a massive wave if they just did the X-Men right away with it. And they had the perfect justification. The snap, and also bringing people back, and the release of that cosmic energy across the globe, use that as the catalyst that caused the rampant mutations among the populations, and that brings in the mutants in society, and launch the X-Men. You had the opportunity, Marvel, you dropped the friggin' ball. You didn't know, and they've just been fumbling constantly. And so I agree, there was massive wave interest because of the event of Endgame. And so after that,
all the movies up till not Endgame, but all the movies up till Infinity War were, 8, 9 out of 10, right? And then it's like Infinity War, and then Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel was the beginning of the end. No joke. Captain Marvel was the beginning of the end for Marvel.
It was the harbinger of death.
It really was. That's when they started to do the MCU. Need to replace these problematic male protagonists. They're too much masculinity in those guys. And so that's where it all began.
Did you see my review of Captain Marvel when I put it out?
No, I haven't.
I called it Driving Miss Danvers. And I had the Driving Miss Daisy thing with Morgan Freeman in the front and Carol Danvers in the back. Because that's what that movie was. You turned freaking the iconic black character in the Marvel MCU, MCE, is it MC? Whatever, the movies, he's this tough as nails guy who is a character you want to look up to, and he had this great reputation, all that stuff, and you took him and you just tore him down.
Emasculated it.
Step and fetch it to lift Carol Danvers on his shoulders.
And the whole message of Captain Marvel is that she was perfect all along. It was just the bad man who was suppressing her and her power, and she needed to embrace just who she was. She doesn't even go on an arc. It was just a whole length, a story of validation of how wonderful she is and how bad were the people for not realizing that she was wonderful all along.
If Marvel was smart, what they would do is they would bring in the X-Men, have just a smoking hot new rogue, take Carol Danvers down, absorb Captain Marvel's powers to the point where
and get the proper rogue,
crippled little nothing, and just just get rid of her.
That would be the greatest resolution and ending for the Captain Marvel character. Is let
Sydney Sweeney is a natural brunette.
Wow. Marvel won't do that. Marvel's and the other thing, right? As much as I would like that, the MCU at the moment, well, this is what Gary is right to point this out. It is a damaged brand. I don't think you can bring this universe back to anything close to what it was. There's unless they retcon.
There's one way. You put the Marvel universe in the hands of Ryan Reynolds.
I don't know. Unironically, they would need to retcon everything since Endgame. Every movie since Endgame, wipe the slate clean, and pick it up. Then you might be able to salvage something. But there's been so much. When I say damage, it's like systematic damage. Like if someone came in and their goal was to destroy the MCU, but in a covert way to not make it look like they were trying to destroy it, right? They would have done every single thing that Marvel has done. It has been systematic and intentional how they've just gone from character after, and the biggest characters, they've gone one after the other, assassinating them or degrading or destroying their legacy, replacing them. Every single one. Is there like a single character in the MCU that hasn't been tainted now from what they did since Endgame? Might be one. I can't really think of it. Because Captain America, he's not only done and left, he let the world go through all these atrocities while living in the past. So that's a great thing to think about Captain America. Iron Man is basically retired or dead. Sorry. So he's gone. They've turned Thor into a joke, a complete joke, like an absolute clown. Black Widow's dead. Hawkeye, they turned into.
That's what you can do. So you start a movie with like a shower scene, like closing in, like somebody's in the shower, and then like you see it's Hawkeye, and everybody else is like still alive, or Black Widow walks in and she's like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "I don't know. I just had this terrible dream."
Terrible dream.
For those who don't know, that's a Dallas joke. It's from the 80s.
That would like if they were.
Do you remember that?
They would never have the balls to do this. They would never have the balls to do it. But they need if they wanted to salvage whatever they could from the MCU, they need to do that and then pick up that continuity from there with the X-Men, and then they might be able to do it. Other than that, if they try and do anything built off the continuity that they've done in whatever phase they're on now since Endgame, it's dead on arrival. I do not give a crap, and I don't think anyone does. And it's either that or they retcon everything and start fresh. Recasting and start a universe with the X-Men integrate. They've done this before.
That's how I thought they could have integrated is you just have Hulk go bad again and then reboot this universe with Hulk 181. Just bring in a new Wolverine to fight the Hulk. Just make it the standalone movie, right? Like the Hulk goes bad. You can still maintain that idiot who plays the Hulk, but it's just like crazy ravaged, Hulk going against Wendigo. And then the new Wolverine shows up and he's like, that sort of starts you could start with Alpha Flight, get somebody good to do an Alpha Flight movie, right? And then launch into the X-Men and do all that kind of stuff.
What they
just redirect completely,
The issue that Marvel has is that to reboot something, you need talented writers and a lot of coordination. If it's a joint universe, right, it's going to take actual ability to do it. The thing is, though, they've friggin' done it before. The Ultimates, the Ultimate Universe that Marvel did, a complete Marvel Universe reboot and it was all coordinated, a complete joint universe together where everything was, the X-Men were there, Spider-Man and Ultimate Spider-Man. You go through those first several runs, it's great. It is top tier Spider-Man. And the Ultimates, which is the version of the Avengers, they turn into the Ultimate Avengers, right? Friggin' brilliant. This is top tier stuff. I love the Ultimates. The Ultimate Universe starts to go off the rails eventually, but for good many runs,
You mean with, when Scarlet Witch and Peter?
Killing off Peter Parker and like
no, they're because they're brother and sister, and they were having relations.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's part of it. Magneto's kids are incestuous, I think, in the Ultimate Universe. For some reason.
But this was such like a well-planned out reboot of the universe where they integrated Captain America and Spider-Man, right? The spider that, he got bitten by. That was actually part of all these initiatives the government was doing to recreate the super soldier serum that made Captain America. And so Spider-Man is basically a byproduct of the failed, super soldier serum that Norman Osborn was trying to make. And it was just so it's really, really good. And it modernizes it as well. It's all based in the modern day. And so it can be done. You can absolutely reboot entire universe with multiple characters, multiple stories, but it took talent. And I don't have faith that Marvel has the ability to do that at all. Not even close. The thing is, though, if they wanted to, they do have the blueprint. Literally, it's right here. If they could recreate, they kind of have already lifted things from the Ultimate Universe in the film.
Cast a new Nick Fury and he's white. People would be all, "How dare you, white?"
Wouldn't that be great? Oh, I would actually love that. That would be great. Ultimate Galactus. This was interesting. So they changed Galactus probably too much in this. He's more like a hive mind alien entity in the Ultimate one. But I like how they defeated Galactus in Ultimate Galactus. And it was just something that made logical kind of sense. And it was Reed Richards that really figured out how to do it. And it's a cool little plot. So Reed Richards had already discovered parallel, like alternate dimensions. And he figured out that we're like here, right? And if you follow the line of all these parallel dimensions in this direction, the universes get progressively older. And if you follow all the universes in the opposite direction from where we are, the universes get progressively younger. And he discovered that, okay, I can actually create a dimensional portal to one of these universes and go the furthest one away and target a universe that is literally in the moment of its own Big Bang. And so what they do, he opens a portal to a universe at the moment of its Big Bang to send out this energy blast, which is so insanely powerful that blasts Galactus apart. And I thought that was cool. That's like, hey, it's a logical through line that might actually in the Fantastic Four.
But it wouldn't just be energy; it'd be so much matter.
Oh yeah, it'd be everything. It'd be crazy.
Displace the universe it came into.
Yeah, I want to get to the thing where they show the blast. Just rip Galactus a new one because there was some good stuff. There was some good stuff in the Ultimate, ones. I'll probably take me. Oh, here it is. I might have to full screen myself. But you get this huge blast that just blows Galactus, a hole in Galactus from this thing. Where it just kaboom. Anyway, back when Marvel could write some decent stuff, but we don't really see that nowadays, unfortunately. Marvel is basically DOA, and I think the Fantastic Four is showing it. No one's giving a crap. No one's giving a crap, and this isn't turning the needle. So that's where that is, unfortunately. Gary talks about this more in his video, so everyone, you can check that out. Let's let's grab some of these super chats and get caught up. And so Rolando A. Ramirez for $10 says, you know what's also dumb? A few people on the right saying Sydney is a prostitute. Ben Shapiro and Madeline Mack are going off the deep end now. There's that extreme religious people overcompensating. Okay, I actually get why they say it, because she's done nude scenes. And she's done nude scenes things. And
not just nude scenes. I mean, it's like softcore porn.
Right? And so I look.
I should not have seen this.
Like, is it going as far as OnlyFans? No, but I definitely see the connection, and I consider OnlyFans effectively prostitutes, right? And so they're not calling her a prostitute for doing an ad or models, specifically if they've done nude scenes and things. I also get that it's nowhere near as extreme as OnlyFans, all right? So that's probably, being a bit overly critical as well. I still don't respect women who do nude scenes in films, so people's mileage and moral kind of compass will vary on that, because I'm obviously a religious Christian, so you can understand my viewpoint in that regard. Xavier Sadihat for $10 says, g'day all. Hey Shad, if you're looking for a kids show for the whole family to watch, The Big Nights is perfect. You'll find all the episodes on YouTube. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Mike, it's okay to be gay.
All right, I'm going to show you a picture of my wife. All right. Not gay.
He's a married man.
Standards.
But Scarfy the Strange for $2 says the outrage mongers is the real marketing. They help propel that to the stratosphere. It's almost kind of funny how much they just shot themselves in the foot throughout all of it. Wonko the Sane for $4.99 says, put a picture of just Sydney Sweeney's face next to a face pic of Tyra Banks, Megan Fox, and Sidney Crawford in their prime.
Yep.
Is she hot? Look.
She pales in comparison, but
Wonko, I think, honestly, if you look at just the face, I think there is some validity
she's
there.
She's not a supermodel. She's,
but she has that girl next door vibe that people like, and also she has
bedroom
assets
eyes.
People appreciate that,
and she does the bedroom eyes thing.
And she does other things that I think people appreciate, like shooting guns, working on cars, and stuff like that. She seems like just a down to earth, person. And that if she picked up a sword, even I'll be like, well, you've gone up 2 points. I can't. These are objectives. You
can do to make your way up the scale.
Absolutely, and I can't argue with that. That's just fact. Okay, any woman who's using a sword easily goes up a couple of points. Don't argue with the science, people. Taker 610 for $5 says, like so many people tend to do, the people criticizing Sweeney are criticizing what they've added to the commercial, not what is actually there. 100%. They're injecting their own, nonsense into it to invent outrage when they're not. Like, genuinely, do you honestly think, and these people probably do honestly think this though, right, that American Eagle support Nazism and eugenics? Are they insane? It's a double entendre, low-hanging fruit joke.
Wait a minute, about American Eagle. You know who else used an eagle for their symbol?
It's exactly that. Like, it's the the Hitler did this, so therefore it's bad. And Hitler liked blonde hair, blue eyed, so anyone praising blonde hair and blue eyes bad. And if they just had like anyone of any other race, I don't think the woke outrage would be even in existence. Okay, because they're fine with people praising any other race for in immutable characteristics, but if people praise, if you're white, and people praise immutable characteristics because you're white, that's just phrase. It's the double standard nonsense that we see everywhere. Rolando A. Ramirez for $2. I will need to call this person back. I forgot to put my phone on silent. I usually remember, but now on silent. There. I'll remember that. Yes, thank you. You were right to point out that Lilo and Stitch has hit $1 billion. Snake Oil Sean For $5 says, Shad, is there a specific, possibly less mainstream superhero that you would go see in a movie no matter what rumors you hear ahead of time? That's a good question. I need to think about it a bit. I mean, I thought Psylocke was a cool superhero before many people knew what the character was. Guess what? I was even a fan of Captain Marvel back when she was Miss Marvel of the day. Do you remember Miss Marvel with the lightning symbol? All right, that outfit. I was a teenager. You could probably guess why I liked that Miss Marvel. The thing is, though, I'm not sure people like.
She had great jeans.
She had really great jeans. So not many people have seen this Miss Marvel.
All the comic collectors are familiar with that comic. all the comic collectors are familiar with that.
This Miss Marvel, yeah. This was the first Miss Marvel I saw, and I thought she's that's a cool looking superhero.
Jeez,
I wonder why. She was very.
Then they brought in like the politically correct people, and they gave her like the full like weird uniform suit.
Yep. Back in the day when comic books were made to their target audience, young men, and they knew what young men liked and were happy to give it to them. And so those are like, I'm trying to think, because then you can go back to, yeah, it's hard to say because a lot of them were once less known and now they're more mainstream. How about you, Mike? What would you like? Is there an obscure superhero that you would like to see?
Lone Star.
Well, there's that. I mean, there's one. You can't say the ones you make because I.
Okay, all right. Let's. Honestly, I think you could make a really freaking dope Machine Man movie.
Yeah. I don't know him. I'm like a fan of the Tim Drake Robin, but he's been done so dirty. And so
you could do a great story like of Plastic Man, like because he started out as a criminal.
Yeah. I mean, they could make a pretty darn good comedy of Booster Gold if they knew how to, do.
But that would have to be Ryan Reynolds.
Right. See, I remember back in the day, right, when barely anyone at Normie knew who Iron Man was, right? And I was into it all. Like I loved Iron Man, and I got teased in high school for liking Spider-Man because it was perceived as like only kids like Spider-Man, and I was into the comic books and stuff. And so I liked it back when all of them were less mainstream, and now it's all become mainstream, and so I need to really like start to dig deeper into the comic book lore as to because I've always
about
you cut out, Mike. What'd you say?
Oh, I was saying that's what I liked about James Gunn is like he's an actual freaking comic book nerd because he didn't go try to look up someone who he thought he was going to make $1 billion. Like the freaking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, no one knew who Guardians of the Galaxy was when that was made.
In the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he made them household names because he just, and on top of that, the writer he picked, she had only had like one credit. She'd only ever done one other thing, the writer for Guardians of the Galaxy. He just picked her because of her skill set and like put that team together.
Kind of skill set.
The best chemistry of any freaking movie. The chemistry between the Guardians of the Galaxy cast is like Ocean's 11, right? And man, that was just flash in the pan. I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think he can do it. He tried it on Suicide Squad, and it just the chemistry wasn't there, and all because of that, I don't think the writing held up.
Yeah,
or just kind of didn't work like it did. And
I'm trying to think of obscure ones, but again, more people know of him now. Like X-23, her first comic book run was actually really good. I enjoyed that. But of course, she's introduced in Logan, but it's not the comic book, proper X-23. And so, I would not trust Marvel doing a good X-23 one. Doctor Strange, No, not Doctor Strange. I mean Dr. Fate. I love Dr. Fate. I think.
Oh
he
yeah,
is
we've
a-
seen him a lot. I saw
But
him
he
in
was
like
in-
there's like a Suicide Squad movie, like it's an animated one where he kind of they find a guy who used to be Dr. Fate, and he's like this in this like male prostitute place.
Well,
and,
Dr. Fate is in Black Adam.
Well, he was in Shazam or Black Adam. Yeah, he was in Black Adam.
Black Adam. And so people
Who's
know
all that?
He was the best part of Black Adam.
He was the best part of Black Adam, right? Exactly.
It's got all
and
about
so
Black Adam.
You could do a great Dr. Fate one. Same with like Zatanna and stuff. There's some great characters, but I just don't trust Hollywood general at all doing any of them. But thank you for the super chat, Snake Oil Sean. And
Garrett Smith says Chris Pratt's weird humor made Guardians of the Galaxy work, but remember back then, Chris Pratt hadn't done anything besides Park and Rec and the Lego Movie, and nobody knew that was him in the Lego Movie because it was just his voice, and he was just the guy from Parks and Rec. So even casting Chris Pratt was like this genius freaking casting move. That cast is just great. I got nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah.
And also, I have the yellow jeans thing queued up.
Oh, you do? Well, I'll just get this. Wasted Space member for 2 months. Thank you, dude. Says, honestly, they should have got John Krasinski to come play Reed Richards again. 100%. 100%. One of maybe 3 good things to come out of the Multiverse of Madness, except that they just murdered him in a really cheap way. It's like, oh, here's the thing that you fans have been wanting. Yeah, let's kill him. Marvel just keeps shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, I saw that where she said her jeans are yellow.
Down from my parents before me and their parents before them. My jeans are yellow.
Eating rice. That's
Eating
hilarious.
rice.
That's well done. All right.
As yellow jeans.
Credits where
I
that
love
is
that.
you. That's well done. That is great. Mr. Skittles, member for 3 months, thank you. Says, remember, none of the will work of the people writing it don't care. None of it will work for people writing it. Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Like, even though they have a blueprint of if they wanted to reboot everything in the MCU and include everything together, that's like the Fantastic Four and X-Men and how to work and how they integrate with the Avengers, which is, of course, the Ultimates, with Spider-Man and all their big characters. The blueprint is there with the Ultimate Universe. They don't have the talent. Even with the blueprint, I don't think they could pull it off. And Buddy Rabbit, good to see you, mate. $5 says Booster Gold, Hawk and Dove, Vigilante, Kilowog.
Does that mean
Spider
the
and
Punisher is
Plastic Man.
technically like a thing we could choose, like a non-mainstream superhero they can get a movie?
What,
I'd go see the Punisher.
Vigilante?
I would go see the Punisher.
Oh, you'd go see
Punisher?
the Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're
Yeah, the
making
Punisher.
one, aren't they? Aren't they making
There
a Punisher?
have been multiple Punisher movies.
I know there's been several already.
If they make like a new like big budget one or something, I'd go see that one, regardless of the rumors.
Yeah. Scarlet Spider. Yeah, man. Just like the whole clone arc in Spider-Man. That's when I was getting into Spider-Man. It was during the clone arc, and so I was.
That's when a lot of people
whoa.
stopped reading Spider-Man.
Dude,
The clone
I
gets-
was into it.
infamous.
I was into it because I was like, wow, this is crazy. It's Ben Riley and I love the Ben Riley Spider-Man. I mean, I've got nostalgic
They did
appreciation.
Peter dirty. That's why people left.
Yeah. And then he died. But like the Carnage Spider-Man arc, dude, that was like,
That was before that, though, wasn't it?
no, that was during the clone arc.
Oh, was it?
I'm pretty sure because it was Ben Riley that had to deal with the symbiote.
Hmm.
And I got several comic books back from when I was into it, right? Of the Ben Riley Spider-Man. It'll take me too long to pull them out. Back when it was good. But we have come to the end of the live stream, covering all the things that we wanted to. It's been fun as always. Gentlemen, are there any Blitdev, is there anything you want to mention as we start to wrap up?
It's the main things I mentioned at the beginning of the stream. So working on the comic. Hopefully it'll be out this month. Got at least with one more page and it'll be ready to go, or at least almost ready to go. And then working on a video about girl bosses. It'll be about an hour long, so it'll be pretty in depth.
Man, girl bosses, like they ruined the female action hero. The female action hero used to be so like appreciated. Tomb Raider and the classics and stuff.
I kind of balance it out with some good ones, like the bride from Kill Bill. She was a good one.
Yeah,
the ballerina. I think she's a good one. She goes through her own arc and everything.
Alita Battle Angel. I love the film. It's not perfect. It's got flaws, but I just like in terms of having a female action hero that is still distinctly feminine and gentle while also being able to kick ass. I think Alita Battle Angel is one of the best kind of character concepts that shows that you can really pull that off. Like she is such a feminine character still, but still super tough. Brilliant. That's one of the things that I just love about Alita Battle Angel so much, because that's the problem with girl bosses are just basically men that look like women with no femininity. It's annoying.
How about Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, Mike, anything you want to mention?
I will be drawing on Whatnot later tonight, probably in half an hour and an hour or something like that. If you want to come watch me draw and maybe commission something, but I'm starting up a couple jobs this week or next week. So my career on Whatnot will be drawn to a pause, a hiatus after that. Otherwise, if you're interested in Bible stuff, you can join me on Cross Examinations. Look up Cross Examinations, then Mike Miller.
Nice. And for me, I think Red Sonia is this week. And so I'll be checking that out, and I'm going to try and do a full review on it. And I do not have high hopes of this film at all.
Why not?
I have low hopes for it. I think it's going to be a B.
You want it to be so bad it's good?
I just want it to be. I want it to not take itself like so seriously that they're trying to make something that they obviously aren't making in the trailer. You know what I mean? It's like, don't shoot for stars, guys. Just shoot for that horizon.
I haven't even seen the trailer, but I just feel like from the going by modern trends, they're going to try to make like a movie that's going to be like a commentary on sword and sorcery or something.
Yeah, but
she's in her chainmail,
like a Army of Darkness type of tongue-in-cheek thing. I think they could make it. They could do that. Think
Red Sonia
Dungeons
has such
and
a
Dragons.
simple formula to be successful. Hot chick in a chainmail bikini. That's all it needed, right? And they couldn't even get that right. She's in her chainmail bikini, like only briefly when she's like put as a slave. But when she has the option to choose, it's this weird, like hybrid outfit. It looks bad, but hey, I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll see. Because it also doesn't look like they're embracing their sword and sorcery kind of aspects of it. But there were a couple of last super chats. Motocross Cooper for $5 says, I would love to see a Ghost Spider movie. I love the idea of a friendly neighborhood Spidey with power to spiritually punish the wicked is awesome. There are some great characters that go under the radar. So thank you for the super. Yeah, 100%. Buddy Rabbit for $2 says honorable mentions, Cobalt Blue and El Diablo. And then Buddy Rabbit again for $2 says, and the Nth
Man.
The Nth Man. Those are some deep cuts. Alrighty, we are wrapping up. Stay tuned for my Red Sonia review, and you can always catch me on Shadowversity. Got a good fun video. You know how last week, Mike, like we looked at the Avatar trailer and that retarded bow. I did a whole video on it, and it is horrible, man. It is utter garbage.
Did you post
and we
it?
made it's on Shadowversity.
Oh, I gotta go see it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
kept
wow.
looking for it, and I saw you doing these other longbow videos, and I'm like, where's this one? Where's the one?
It's out, so people can check it
cool.
out. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. We will see you next time. So as always, stay on watch.